Overwatch 2 Season 14 dropped today, and we got the brand new patch notes for this season. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down the patch notes and kind of going over everything we're going to be getting in this current season. I'm going to be real with you guys, there's not really too much here. Kind of a lackluster season. Not as boring as Season 13, I think, because we do have a new hero, which is by far way more content than I think we got for Season 13. That alone is just way more content, but considering Marvel Rivals is absolutely destroying Overwatch 2 currently after it released last week Friday, everybody's talking about Marvel Rivals and it's literally stealing so many players from the Overwatch player base that'll probably never return. And just judging by a lot of the stuff I've seen about people playing the game and everything, everybody seems to really be enjoying it. It seems to be really, really good and that type of thing. Unfortunately, the game is not on Switch, so I cannot play it on Switch. And I'm not able to play the game, but I'm just going by what I've heard and judging by some of my friends that also play the game. So, you think they would go all out for Season 14, but it literally seems like they do not care at all. And judging by some of these balance changes, which I actually skimmed over real quick for you guys, it literally makes it seem like they literally go into this with zero fucks. They don't give a shit at all about this season. We'll talk about it. It's going to be one of those videos where I sit and talk about balance probably for 20 minutes mainly, because there are some really stupid balance changes again. This is another season that looks kind of promising going into it. Without balance changes, this season wouldn't really be too bad. You got Hazard and a few other things, but you go into this and you get the balance changes, and the balance alone literally ruins the entire season yet again, like it always does. So, if you guys like the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. If you guys want to check out these patch notes, they are live on the Blizzard website if you guys want to check them out yourself. Not really missing too much, but I'll throw them on screen as I go through the patch notes for you guys. Probably just throw some gameplay in the background, so if you guys want to tab out and listen to me talk, that's completely fine. Appreciate all your guys' support on the Overwatch stuff recently as well. Really helps with the channel. I'll keep on bringing you guys some Overwatch stuff going forward. So, that being said, if you guys want to check out my last video as well, a lot of this stuff I will not be talking about. I do cover a lot more of the stuff in this previous video I made last week when they actually released the season launch trailer. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link to the end of the video. But Season 14 Hazard got a brand new, what is a tank? I think it's a tank hero. I've actually forgot what Hazard was. I had a brain fart there to start that out. I was like, okay. We got Winter Wonderland coming back. I think it's starting now through January 7th. I'm gonna be with you guys. Winter Wonderland is probably the most boring event ever. There's literally nothing here. What this event is it's literally a bunch of old skins from Overwatch 1 coming back in the shop. They're charging a shit ton of money for old garbage looking skins that are beyond old. They should probably be even giving us for free. We should be getting a majority of those skins for free. And then they're giving us a shitty recolor of Hanzo for free for clean challenges. And then they're bringing back Maze, Snowball Offensive, and a bunch of other LTMs that have come back to the game every single Winter Wonderland for I don't know how many years now. Literally nothing new. Huge L. All these other games that are competing with Overwatch right now, Marvel Rivals, they're knocking it out of the park. And what do we have? We have Winter fucking Wonderland coming back with nothing new again. You would think that really makes people want to play the game. Sure. Whatever they think. 6v6 role queue experiment's going to be coming back this season. I don't know if this is going to actually be with all the current heroes and all the current balance. That's what I really want. I don't know if that's going to be actually what it is, though. We're going to see how it actually plays out and what they actually decide to do for this first actual main one. I know they had a Kingmaker experimental queue these last week as well, which I actually didn't mind. It was actually pretty cool, but I felt like it was actually just really dependent on whoever was the Kingmaker on each team, if they were actually good or not. A lot of the times I would lose games just because the Kingmaker and the one person that got all the buffs was a fucking garbage player. So I feel like that's even worse than 5v5 currently is, even though it was 6v6. So I don't know, or whatever it was, if they even decided to put that into 6v6. Hero Mastery, we got Ashe, Hero Mastery. Whoever actually plays Hero Mastery, there you go. Here we get into the balance, y'all. Here we get into the balance. Damage roll passive. debuff duration increased from 2 to 3 seconds. Healing reduction is increased from 20 to 25. So here we go again with them fucking around with the damage roll passive. So now you're going to have a longer, it's pretty much cauterize. If you guys don't play Paladins, cauterize is pretty much anti-heal. It's pretty much what the damage passive is. So now they're going back and they're reverting it to what it was before, to 3 seconds and 25%. So all your healers are going to be healing a lot less. It also goes to show you, like, if your damage are garbage, especially for this season, you're going to feel it a lot more because the enemy team's going to shit all over you, and if your DPS are both garbage, you're going to have no anti-heal, and you're just going to get shit on. So all the DPS players, you guys better step up this season, because if not, you're going to be getting reported a lot, I can tell you that right now. You're going to feel when you have bad damage players on your team this season for sure again. Global size projectile bonus. They changed the size of the projectiles again. I'm not sure if hit scan radius small reduced from 5 to 4, so I'm not sure if that's a buff or a nerf. Hit scan radius large reduced, so I'm assuming the hit scan radius got reduced. Projectile radius large size reduced. So I'm not sure if a lot of, I'm assuming this is like all nerfs to some of the projectile sizes. I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't know how much that'll really matter though. Can't really tell unless I actually play the game, unfortunately, so I'm kind of not going to really talk about that one. Here we got the actual balance changes for the heroes. We're going to be starting with Doomfist. They're nerfing Doomfist, good. Seismic Slam, shockwave range reduced from 18 to 15 meters, cooldown increased by 0.5 of a second, good. I don't know about you guys, but I hate playing against Doomfist. He's so annoying to play against. Any nerf for Doomfist is good. That's all I care about. So we got one W balance change so far. We're starting it out with a W. A very rare, good balance change to start out with balance, y'all. Here's where it's going to turn around really quick, though. New hero hazard. If you guys missed my video last week, go watch it. In that video, talking about hazard, I think it was either that video or it was when I actually did the gameplay of hazard. I uploaded a video of that as well about a week ago. In one of those videos, I said what they're going to do with Hazard on release is they're going to giga buff all the numbers for this fucking guy. And he's going to run the entire game through the holidays up until mid-January when everybody comes back from break. That's exactly what's going to happen, y'all. Exactly what's going to happen. They buffed the absolute fuck out of this guy. Hazard did not need any buffs. The thing that Hazard needed was people to actually get good at playing him. He has a really high skill cap, and everybody thought he was really mid or bad in the playtest, so now they're buffing all his numbers, when he's literally just a high skill cap tank. So now we have a fucking broken Hazard that may not seem very good on release, but now once people get really good with him and actually learn how to play him, he's going to run the entire fucking game, just like Mauga did when he was released a year ago. History repeating itself again. These fucking devs do not learn. Whoever is in charge of the balance of this game, and I say it every fucking patch, every new season, I don't know how they're being paid to balance this game when they should be fucking fired. If it was me balancing the game and I missed the mark so many fucking times already, and we're on season 14 already, and they've missed the mark since season 1 on most of the balance changes, I would not have a job. Why do these people that are balancing the game have an exception and are allowed to keep their job when they are fucking garbage at their job? I know people that literally don't even fucking play the game and they barely play, and they can balance the game better with barely even playing the fucking game, and they're not even getting paid to balance the game. Or you can have a 2-year-old balance the game and have them throw a bunch of random balance changes willy-nilly, and I'm sure it would be better than half of the shit we currently get half these seasons. Again, that would be free too. They wouldn't be getting paid for that. So. Bone Spur. Damage per spike increased up to 7.5. Each volley center projectile no longer has a random launch spread. That's fucking crazy. I don't know why they changed the damage on that. That's going to be exploited to fucking here and back. I can tell you that right now. People are going to exploit the fuck out of that. Spike Guard. The angle of projection provided by Spike Guard increased from 104 to 180 degrees. damage per second reduced. So they reduced the damage, but it has way more utility now to where you can actually just use it a lot better. Again, really busted, especially once people start learning how to actually fucking play this guy. Violent Leaf, post/recovery time for primary fire and quick melee increased. So you can recover now. If you jump, there's not as much as a delay before you're able to act. Again, another change I don't think he needed at all. I really don't. Jagged Wall, health increased from 350 to 400. Knockback damage increased. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I love running into this. That wall was probably the most annoying thing about him. That he throws a wall up and half the time you get knocked back by it. And they're playing into the fucking knockback. Damage interval increased from 1.5 to 1.75 seconds per target. So they're making it so it knocks you back more and does more damage now. Because that's fun to play against, right? I'm telling you guys, I predicted this shit before this patch even dropped. Who was right yet again? Give me my comeuppance. Fucking right again. I should be a psychic, I really should be. But then again, it's Blizzard, they're so fucking predictable. Downpour. Airborne momentum lost by casting Downpour reduced by 90% to 50%. So if you're in the air and you cast Downpour, it'll be a lot better now. You won't have to... The momentum, you won't lose as much speed when you're in the air. That's busted. Vault, mini obstacle height to trigger vault reduced from 1.57 meters to 1.25, which allow Hazard to scale short obstacles more consistently. So they're making his passive just way better. I don't know why we're giving more mobility to a tank that already has a bunch of mobility. I don't know. It was good at the way it is. All it really needed to do was scale the small walls. You shouldn't be able to climb up a big fucking wall like Kiriko or like half these other heroes in the game like Hanzo. I don't want a tank doing that because it's really fucking unfair to play against. It really is. I can see that being exploited to really badly too, especially when people get really good with him. That's another thing that's going to need to change. It's good the way it is. A lot of these changes, the problem with all these changes is like half these he did not need. The main thing he needed was people to actually get good at playing him, to actually be good. People thought he was mid or garbage because nobody knew how to fucking play him. I can't tell you guys how many people I had in the playtest on my team that literally just fucking threw the game playing Hazard with how bad they were. Then I had some people in the game too that were just really fucking good, and the entire weekend they were just playing him and they were getting really fucking good at him. And then he would just roll the entire lobby. So I'm telling you guys right now, he's going to run the entire game throughout the holidays. He's not going to get nerfed until people come back from Christmas break after New Year's. Have fun, everybody. Have fun playing against Hazard. There we go. That's going to be real fun. Malga 2.0 repeated. Speaking of Malga, we got balance changes for him as well. Base armor reduced from 200 to 150, but they increase his health. Does that make any sense? So literally it just does nothing. A buff nerf that literally does nothing. Why even fucking bother? Malga needs to be nerfed. I'm sorry, he's fucking unkillable. He's so annoying to play against. I don't know why they're not nerfing him. Here we go with more Orisa buffs, y'all. Why the fuck do we keep getting mini Orisa buffs? Didn't they just fucking giga nerf this tank like 3 seasons ago? And every season since she got giga nerfed, to the point where she was actually in a balanced spot after the nerf. She wasn't even bad. She was actually balanced at that point. Every season since then, they keep on fucking buffing Orisa. Why? Why do they keep buffing her? And they buffed her armor. They buffed her armor as if Orisa already isn't unkillable the way it is. She is literally a tank that sits there, stuns you, knocks you around, makes your life a fucking living hell, especially if you're the tank. And she literally never fucking dies. And they're making it so she never dies even more. Terra Surge, pool radius increased. Oh good, we get to play with her ult now. We get sucked into her ult a lot easier. Make it more easy for Orisa players to actually get value. That's real fun. One of the most unfun tank heroes in the entire game to play against, versus anything. She never fucking dies. She just makes the game a fucking living hell for anybody that's playing against her, especially playing tank. I fucking hate Orisa. If there was one hero I would get out of this fucking game, It'd either be Sombra, Widowmaker, or Orisa. Those are my ones, and Malga. On all those, I'd probably pick Orisa. I think Malga, you can change balance. Why is Orisa you can't? Let's just nerf her into the fucking ground. She's another hero too, which I actually wish they would revert her back to Overwatch 1 Orisa. That at least in Overwatch 1, Orisa was actually balanced most of the time. She has not been balanced once the entirety of Overwatch 2. Give her her shield back, and give her her old abilities back. Give her halt, bring that back. Give her the fucking her old alt back, where she sets down the fucking supercharger. That'd be great. Ramattra getting buffed. Ravenous Vortex now briefly interrupts horizontal momentum when first affecting a target. So if you're flying in the air, it'll actually, or like jumping, it'll interrupt you, I guess, when it first gets thrown on the ground. And then Slowing Field now ignores barriers for line of sight. So you can throw it through barriers. Whatever. I mean, it goes along with his gimmick, because he's able to hit through barriers anyways with Pummel. So I guess it makes sense. I don't think Ramattra really even needs any buffs, so I think the one thing Ramattra needs is all the other broken tanks being nerfed. That's the problem. Orisa nerfs, Malga nerfs, Reinhardt nerfs, even Reinhardt's still fucking crazy good into Ramattra. Even though Ramattra's supposed to check Ryan, he still gets shit on by Ryan with how good he is. Zarya nerfs, like there's so many other tanks that need to be nerfed before he's actually good. I don't think he needs to be buffed. Winston jump pack. Damage increase from 50 to 60, who cares? Nobody plays Winston anyways, who cares? Ashe, now we're getting into the DPS. Coach Gun can now be activated while affected by mobility locking abilities, but won't move Ashe. So if you're like in a Junkrat trap, or if you're like with Mei, if she's freezing you, I don't think it'll knock you back now. So there's a few other abilities in the game where that lock you down. I have like Hazard Ult, I think, too, is another one where you'll be locked in place. But before you wouldn't be able to use Coach Gun, now you can use it for damage. I don't know if that's really needed, but whatever. Who cares? Here's Pharah. They're nerfing Pharah for some reason. Okay. Cooldown increased on Jet Dash by 1 second. Well, can we just go back to regular Pharah? Why did she ever get reworked? This is the prime definition. Pharah, the entirety of Overwatch 2, up until this point, is a prime definition of a hero that should never ever been reworked. Ever since she got reworked, she got killed as a fucking hero. She literally makes no sense. And you play a flying hero, but half the time you're on the ground because you're out of booster, or you're waiting for your cooldowns to refresh. Last I checked, Pharah is supposed to be in the air the entire game. That's what gave her like her personality and like her identity. Being able to fly in the air the entire fucking match, like in Overwatch 1, and like at the start of Overwatch 2. Why they ever reworked her, I don't know. Probably the worst rework of all time is Pharah. And this is coming from somebody that took Pharah to top 500 in Overwatch 1. And I can't even fucking play her now. How fucking bad she is being reworked. There you go. I mean, it could be a good thing, though. You could look at this as a good thing as well, because if they never reworked Pharah, I would have never switched over to becoming a Venture main. So, if they never reworked Pharah, I'd be still playing Pharah, and I probably would have never learned Venture, or I never would have been as good at Venture as I am now. So, you could look at it as like something like a good thing or a bad thing, at least for me, I guess. I don't know. Since they reworked her, then I switched over to Venture, and I'm loving Venture right now, so... if that was the case, I never would have played her. Sojourn. Here we go with buffing Sojourn again. Another fucking stupid balance change. Yet again. Head scratching right here, right now. Wondering why there's people that are being paid to balance this fucking game that literally have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Why are you buffing Sojourn when she's literally probably one of the best hit scans in the entire fucking game, apart from like Widowmaker, which isn't even on this fucking balance. She's not even on here. Widowmaker isn't even on here. Spoiler. If you guys don't believe me, we're going to scroll down to the end pretty soon, and you guys will find out. I don't know why they're buffing Sojourn. Again, it's another stupid balance change. Soldier 76, Biotic Fuel getting a 3-second cooldown reduction from 18 to 15. Yay! Now I get those Soldier 76 players that are on my team that go and flank the enemy team's backline, shoot at them, have the entire team turn on them, and just feed free kills the entire game because they think they can heal themselves and they're a one-man army because they have a fucking biotic field. More of that type of shit in my games, please. That's what this is gonna incentivize. As if Soldier already isn't easy to fucking play. Keep on dumbing him down some more. Symmetra, Teleporter, health increased by 50 from 200 to 250. Not really the change she needed. I don't think that's what she needed at all. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you guys about that one. Torb, they're buffing Torb. Forge Hammer, does anybody even use Forge Hammer to do damage? If you do, then like you're crazy, because even at close range, you're better off just using your gun most of the time, just for the headshot chance. I don't know, like, does anybody even use Forge Hammer? They increase the damage on it from 55 to 70. Like, does anybody even use that at all, though? Like, I don't even know. Maybe after this, maybe some people will, but like with how small of a range it is, you're pretty much a melee. You're pretty much playing Torb as a melee. Like, that's not good, especially when you're a walking hitbox. It's kind of stupid. And they're actually buffing the turret, which is great. So I think Torb needed buffs. Here we go with some other decent balance changes. That's two. That's 2 out of this entire season so far of balance changes that actually make sense. Torb balance changes that actually make sense. Good. I do think Torb needs to be buffed. He was kind of weak. Venture, y'all! Venture's getting a skin finally for almost after a year. Almost a year, and we're actually getting balance changes for Venture, y'all. What is it? Drill Dash. Cooldown rate is now faster anytime Burrow is active, rather than requiring the player to be underground. Okay, what does this actually do for Venture at all? All this really does is if you use Burrow mid-air and you're not actually under the ground, if it's actually activated. So, say you're on high ground and you activate Burrow in high ground and you dump off a ledge and like you're in the air, before it wouldn't count because you'd be underground. So technically now you'll get like a half a second more cooldown reduction on your Drill Dash. Because technically now it counts even if you're not underground. Because so if you're like in the air jumping off like from high ground using Burrow, it'll count then as well. This is literally so niche to the point where it literally does nothing for her. That's the problem with this change. I feel like this balance change is like the definition of, yeah, we tried but we missed badly. I'll give them credit, they tried to do something that tried to make sense, but literally this does nothing. 99.9% of the time, you will get no value out of this at all. This is literally in those niche situations where you're using Burrow off of like a ledge onto the low ground or that type of thing, which is only like once in a great while. You're never going to be doing that in most of your games. And it also depends on the map too, most of the time. Whatever. If you wanted my Venture changes, what I think she really needs is she needs help badly. Going underground with Burrow, the activation to go underground and still take damage needs to be fucking changed. Because so many fucking times I click Burrow, and I can, on my screen I'm underground, but I still fucking die because the server's just fucking dog shit. There's literally a delay with the servers. So half the time you click Burrow and you're underground on your screen, but you die half the time underground because the server is so fucking garbage. That needs to be changed. The activation time for Burrow going underground needs to be changed, or they need to have instant damage immunity. Same when you pop out of Burrow. If you're popping out of Burrow, you need to have at least like a 1 second damage immunity until you hit the ground. That's what she really needs. People now are actually adapting to the point where they'll camp your Burrow, and before you're able to even react, they'll fucking damage you and one-shot you. Pretty much makes her pretty much unplayable half the time if that's the case. If you're going against people that actually are exploiting that, she's pretty much unfucking playable. That needs to be changed. What she needs massive Burrow changes. Immunity going underground needs to be changed, and then coming out of the ground when you're about to pop out, she needs at least like a damage immunity until her feet hit the ground. That's what she really needs. There's a few other things I would change with her too, but like those are the two main things. That's the main part of her kit that really needs to be changed. Her ult's really fucking bad too. It's just so... You're lucky to get like 1 or 2 kills off her ult most of the time. Usually it's just like a damage ult, maybe set up kills for your team. Her ult's really bad too because you have to sit there and throw it into the ground to actually do damage, and people just turn on you and just destroy you. So, I don't know. Either that or change her ult where like the timer for her ult doesn't count down if you're using abilities or if you're underground with Burrow. So you can carry your ult underground and dump it on somebody's head. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. That's what she really needs, not this. Like, this is an okay change, quality of life for like those once in a while situations, but overall it really doesn't do anything for her. I mean, I'll take it though. I'll take it. Something's better than nothing. I guess you could look at it that way. So far we have like two good balance changes and one that's like okay out of this entire patch so far. They're still striking out big time. And there's no Widowmaker changes here though. That is all the DPS. No Reaper changes. No Tracer changes. Both of them are still incredibly good. Where is Widowmaker? Again. Oh, I forgot. Widowmaker has a skin this patch, y'all. Oh yeah, they can't nerf Widow because she has a skin. Oh, I forgot about that. That's why. But let's try to wait till next season. Maybe for mid-season or for next season they'll nerf Widowmaker. Oh, never mind. She gets a fucking new skin every fucking season. She'll never get nerfed. She's gonna still run your lobbies. There you go. Another season where Widowmaker runs your fucking lobbies. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. There's a bunch of other DPS too that needed some changes that aren't on here too. There's some on the top of my head I'm just not thinking of that could use some changes that just aren't on here. We got the supports now. They're buffing Baptiste. Why? More balance changes that weren't required at all. Like, why the fuck does Bap need buffs? Especially the regenerative burst. Why are we buffing Baptiste when he's literally some of the best supports in the entire game? Bap is one of the best supports in the entire game. Why? And then on the other hand, now we have Brig. They're nerfing Brig. They're nerfing Inspire, her main way to heal. Why? Brig is the worst fucking support in the entire game. Here is a balance change that is literally dictated to your top 500 and master tier players. This is the only place Brig gets played is in your top 500 and master tier lobbies in your champion tier games. Apart from that, Brig is the worst support in the entire fucking game. So this is a balance change for the 1% of the player base. Glad you're balancing for the 1% of the player base. Brig will continue to be the worst support in the entire fucking game for everybody else. Thanks, pro players and high tier players. Again, ruining another hero because you guys exist, and they choose to balance for 1% of the player base. And you wonder why people keep criticizing the people that are balanced in this game. Well, I wonder why if they make such stupid balance changes like this. Why would you balance the game for 1% of the player base? Your masters and above players. Why? Any other tier of play, Brig sucks. And she's also really reliant on what support you play with her. If she's with like Juno and like Ana, maybe she can do something, but like the majority of the supports in the game, she really needs to have either a tank or a support to actually play with her to do stuff. And if she doesn't have that, she literally does nothing half the time anyways. And that's in your lower to mid tier lobbies. If you can actually get that, she can maybe do something. Even then, she's really difficult to make her work because a lot of those lobbies, if you're not in like a stack, you're just solo queuing, your team does whatever they want anyways. So you're never going to have a team that actually plays with you most of the time, which you kind of need with Brig. You need somebody to play with you and kind of follow up on what she's trying to do. I don't know. Probably the worst balance change of this entire fucking patch is Brig getting nerfed again. Poor Brig players. I really want to play Brig too, but the reason why I don't play Brig, even like since Overwatch 1, I've barely played Brig since Overwatch 1, I used to play her a fuck ton, is because they keep nerfing her and she's just garbage. You used to be able to brawl the fucking tanks, and she can't even brawl a fucking other enemy support anymore. That's how fucking weak she is. You used to be able to brawl anybody. You even used to be able to brawl the tanks some of the time in Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2, she's never been the same. They nerfed the fuck out of her. I missed the stun on her shield bash too. That needs to come back. Bring back the stun on her shield bash, please. We need that back. Ever since that got taken away too, that's another problem. I could probably make an entire video talking about how they fucking dropped the ball on Brig's balance from Overwatch 1 up until now. Alari, captive stun, explosion radius increased. Okay, good balance change, good. Was that like 4 balance changes that are actually somewhat good now out of this entire patch? And then last but not least, we got Lucio. Self-healing penalty decreased from 60 to 40. So now if he uses his his own healing and he switches to it immediately and pops it, it'll actually heal him for more now. So he'll be able to heal himself more, unlike before. And then you have sound barrier, now falls faster when used midair. I like this sound barrier change, but like the self-healing shit's not good. Lucio already does, it's so difficult to heal half the time, it really is. If they're a good Lucio player, half the time they just never die. I don't know. You could say it's a good balance change or a bad balance change. I think this is a 50-50. One okay change with the sound barrier change and this crossfade change he didn't need at all. Again, like a half good, half bad change. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 5 good balance changes out of this entire patch. And half the shit we don't even have that we needed is not even here. I think that's still really awful. I'm going to have to give this entire season balance-wise a huge L. You guys failed yet again. You missed the mark big time. Is that a surprise, though? It's the same thing every fucking season. Every season looks promising, or at least looks to be somewhat okay, and then you get to the balance changes, and the balance just fucking ruins the entire season. That's kind of the thing for this season as well. You're going to have Hazard running the game, and you're going to have Widowmaker rolling your lobbies, just like Season 13, most of the time. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. There's a bunch of balance changes that aren't even here. I'm surprised Kiriko and Mercy aren't on here because they all got skins. There's no Juno on here. There's no Kiriko. There's no Mercy. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked because all 3 of those got skins. Usually if they get skins, they want to buff them because they'll sell more skins. And it's Blizzard, they only care about money, so I don't know. Shocking though. Where's Life Weaver? Like, where the fuck is Life Weaver? Life Weaver could use some buffs. Like, there's some ports on here that could use some like quality of life changes. Some that could have used nerfs. I don't know. There's not enough on here. And the one that needed the buffs the most was Brig, and she got nerfed. It's so hilarious. Fucking clown ass balance team. Hashtag fire the balance team in the comments down below. Aaron Keller and whoever else is on balance team is in charge of balance. Alec Dawson, I think it is. You guys need to be terminated. I say it every season, but even this season it's really, really bad. Some of these head scratcher changes. I don't know. Like, choose who the fuck you're going to balance for, too. Are you going to balance the game for the Masters and above tier players? Or are you going to balance the game for the majority of players, which is like your silver up to like mid-tier plat players, where the majority of the players are? Are you going to balance for the majority or for the minority? Half these balance changes are like flip-flopping between both, it feels like. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the season down below. Overall, with Marvel Rivals absolutely fucking destroying Overwatch currently and not slowing down any time soon, it seems, there's going to be a lot of players that aren't going to be coming back to the game for this season. We're going to see at least a couple days from now, like the initial numbers for the season, at least on Steam and a few other places. And a lot of the players for the season are probably going to be down. I guarantee you. Everybody's going to be playing Marvel Rivals, and a lot of those players will not be coming back to the game. I don't even know a few of my friends that are debating coming back to the game with how good Marvel Rivals actually is, so. And you think they would actually go all out with Marvel Rivals releasing shortly before the season dropped, and it feels like this is just in every other season patch. Oh yeah, here's a new tank hero. Okay, here's some other shitty balance changes. Here's a battle pass and a bunch of overpriced skins for Mercy, Kiriko, Juno, and what was the other one? Widow. Give us your money, okay. We'll see you next season. We're gonna go on holiday break now. We'll see you at the end of January for season 15. Kind of what it really is. I don't know. Garbage season, if I'm being real with you guys. At mid at best. Another season that's gonna be mid at best. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Got a bunch more stuff on the way. I'll have a tier list out probably this weekend, so if that interests you guys, subscribe down below if you are new. We'll have a hero tier list dropping this weekend. I got a bunch more stuff on the way. You guys not want to miss. Peace out, everybody.